Welcome to today's Psych with Sigmund, where we're exploring the fascinating world of altruism and prosocial behavior. I'm your host, Sigmund, and I'm excited to dive into this topic that gets to the heart of human nature. So, what is altruism and prosocial behavior? In everyday language, altruism refers to the selfless concern for the welfare of others, while prosocial behavior encompasses a broader range of actions that benefit society as a whole. This can include volunteering, donating to charity, or simply helping a friend in need. But why is this concept important in psychology? Well, understanding altruism and prosocial behavior can help us explain how humans develop empathy, form relationships, and even cooperate with each other. The concept of altruism has been around for centuries, but it wasn't until the 20th century that psychologists began to study it systematically. One of the key figures in this field is psychologist Daniel Batson, who proposed the empathy-altruism hypothesis. This theory suggests that when we feel empathy towards someone, we're more likely to act altruistically towards them. But what drives this empathy? Research has shown that it's linked to activity in areas of the brain associated with emotional regulation, such as the prefrontal cortex and the anterior cingulate cortex. One influential framework is social learning theory, which suggests that we learn to behave altruistically by observing others and imitating their actions. Another key theory is the reciprocal altruism concept, proposed by biologist Robert Trivers. This idea states that when we help someone, we expect them to return the favor in the future. But what about when there's no direct benefit? That's where the concept of indirect reciprocity comes in. When we help someone, it can increase our reputation and social status, making others more likely to help us in the future. There have been many significant research findings related to altruism and prosocial behavior. One classic study is the famous bystander effect, which demonstrated that when people are in a group, they're less likely to help someone in distress. But why does this happen? Researchers have shown that it's due to a phenomenon called diffusion of responsibility. When we're with others, we assume someone else will take responsibility for helping. More recent research has explored the neural basis of altruism and prosocial behavior. For example, studies using functional magnetic resonance imaging have found that when we engage in altruistic acts, it activates reward centers in the brain, releasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine. This suggests that altruism can be inherently rewarding, which may explain why people continue to engage in prosocial behaviors even when there's no direct benefit. So, how can understanding altruism and prosocial behavior help us in our everyday lives? Well, for one, it can inform strategies for promoting cooperation and reducing conflict. For example, research has shown that when we frame a task as a collective effort, people are more likely to work together towards a common goal. Additionally, cultivating empathy and perspective-taking skills can increase altruistic behavior, which can lead to stronger, more meaningful relationships. In therapeutic settings, understanding altruism and prosocial behavior can also inform interventions for mental health conditions like depression and anxiety. For instance, research has shown that engaging in acts of kindness and volunteering can have a positive impact on mental well-being. This is often referred to as the helper's high. When we help others, it can boost our mood and reduce stress. As we conclude today's episode, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking insight. Altruism and prosocial behavior are not just nice-to-haves, they're essential for building strong, resilient communities. By cultivating empathy, cooperation, and kindness, we can create a more compassionate world where everyone thrives. So, I challenge you to go out and do something kind for someone else today. It doesn't have to be grand or complicated, just a small act of generosity or empathy. Not only will you be making a positive difference in someone's life, but you'll also experience the rewards of prosocial behavior for yourself. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of altruism and prosocial behavior. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to discuss, please don't hesitate to reach out. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, may your ego find balance between pleasure and reality.